The DeepSeek rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. After being deeply wounded by DeepSeek last week, OpenAI is now reportedly accusing them of IP theft. And to make matters even worse, a second Chinese model just hit the timeline. If you're just waking up from a coma, the legend goes like this. A Chinese hedge fund built a state-of-the-art reasoning model that surpassed OpenAI O1 and only spent $5.5 million to train it, then gave the world a 100% discount code to use it. That was devastating to big tech, and especially OpenAI, which has been gradually trying to convince people that AI is hard and that we need things like $500 billion Stargate data centers. Now, in order to get the AI hype train back on track, the new White House officials and PayPal Mafia member David Sachs just went on the news and said they have substantial evidence that DeepSeek stole OpenAI's outputs to fine-tune their models, a technique known as distillation that is strictly forbidden in their terms of service. The irony here is not only palpable, one might describe it as artificial super irony. You might remember how OpenAI vacuumed up the entire internet and all its copyrighted materials without asking anybody for permission. Elon accused them of scraping Twitter. George R.R. Martin and a bunch of other authors are suing, among many other lawsuits around the world. But I need to let you in on a tech bro founder's secret. We do shady stuff and then ask for forgiveness later because once a company reaches critical mass, there's no stopping it. Uber and Airbnb are prime examples, and thus far OpenAI has mostly prevailed in their copyright infringement legal battles. But now, OpenAI and Microsoft are accusing DeepSeek of distillation, where you take one big expensive model like O1 and use its outputs to transfer knowledge to a smaller model. Thus far, they haven't provided any hard evidence, but there are screenshots like this going around the internet where DeepSeek provides a response that should only come from ChatGPT. That's not a smoking gun though, because this type of content is all over the internet now, so DeepSeek could have learned it organically. However, Microsoft, which provides the servers for much of OpenAI's compute, said they observed someone in China extracting large volumes of data from the OpenAI API, and they believe these accounts may be linked to DeepSeek. In other words, DeepSeek is basically Robin Hood, stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Distillation generally provides better results compared to reinforcement learning, where you actually feed the model new data with a reward function. Distillation is not controversial, and DeepSeek has models distilled from Llama and Qwen. In fact, you can even distill OpenAI models as long as you don't use the API to build a rival model, and that appears to be the root of OpenAI's beef. And get this, Alibaba just released Qwen 2.5 max minutes ago. Although it's not a reasoning model, it's an open model that beats DeepSeek, Claude, and GPT 4.0 on these benchmarks. But yet another Chinese model called Kim 1.5 just came out and apparently beats OpenAI GPT-4. We're now in a China versus China AI race, with the United States falling behind. Meanwhile, Europe is focused on other technological innovations, like bottle caps you can't take off. Now, another major criticism of DeepSeek is that when you use it on the web, all your prompts, data, and keystrokes go to China. If you care about privacy, though, you shouldn't be using the internet anyway. The most important trend here is that open source is winning. That means if you're a developer, now is the time to start building products people love. I'm using 11 Labs voice for this video, and I'm using it for free. Check out this video to learn how I did it. I'm sure it'll be worth watching.